He was extremely strong in the mirror match, and several times throughout history he's done the same thing. I look at his deck list right now, and this is the most standard thing I've ever seen. There are no exploits here. That just really shows how powerful Cool Tune is as a strategy. The deck itself is the exploit.
Right. It's a solid strategy, and we talk about a lot this weekend amongst ourselves, the players, discussions. What deck would you bring? What do you think is the best deck? What are you looking out for? A lot of the same answers coming back from the players, that it is Cool Tune, but it's not about its power level. It's about its consistency. The fact that you're going to be able to play every game as we enter game number 1 here in our first round. But that's why he has probably focused so hard. Like, oh, if I'm playing this deck because it's consistent, how consistent can I make the deck? And we're going to have to see if he's going to go first. He rolls a 7 up against Jacob, who rolls an 8.
Just higher. And Jacob really needs this. He wants to start this game here with the ORCUST Phantom Knight deck. More of a combo-heavy strategy here.
Yeah, I'm a really big fan of the new Phantom Knight cards. They're really good. Like Phantom Knight's Decayed Cloak, Phantom Knight's Doom Solar Ray, lots of more ways to get Phantom Knight monsters from your hand onto the field. Because in the past, you had to use cards like Junk Forward or Kagamucha Knight, just random level 3 monsters to facilitate your Xyz summoning. But now they have more names and more ways to keep accessing those cards. But I'm really interested to see how these two decks, the ORCUST and the Phantom Knights, mesh together. And he will be going first, so hopefully we get to see some awesome action.
Anything in draw phase?
Now, the Cool Tune deck is known for having a lot of interaction from the hand here, so we'll see how this game is going to start. It's going to start with the reinforcements of the army here, the Gabba Warrior.
Starlight Rare. Reinforcing the army is great for Phantom Knights.
I'm just going to grab the brand new Phantom Knight here.
Yep, Doom Solar Ray.
If I have no monsters, I can special summon this.
When you control no monsters, you can special summon it from the hand, and then on the field, when it's summoned, you can set a Phantom Knight trap directly from the deck.
And they have a brand new one, the Phantom Knights of Umbrage Veil. Because you'll use Shade Burgundy, you can summon it as a level 4 monster, but not so helpful if you're trying to go into your rank 3s. But the Phantom Knights of Umbrage Veil is the same thing as Shade Burgundy, but it's a level 3 monster.
Activate.
So kind of like a Speedroid Terratop Takken Tomborg situation we have on our hands. And now he's going to overlay these 2 level 3s for probably the new rank 3 Phantom Knight Malevolent Scythe. Yep, there it is. So that's not Wind Up Zen Mighty, but if you look closely, it may seem very similar because you can detach material to special summon a Phantom Knight monster from the deck, but that's going to be met by Effect Veiler.
Effect Veiler taking down these new Chaos Origin cards, but that's going to just make way for the normal summon of Mech Knight ORCUST Girsu here.
We're seeing the 2 strategies already work together, being able to use the Phantom Knight cards, but not needing the normal summon to force out that interaction to maybe go to where he actually wants to start with this incredible combo deck.
Galtai.
Oben probably feels really unfortunate seeing the Girsu get normal summoned here. And then the Galatea was able to use the effect, discarding Ancient Cloak, a fantastic discard here.
The synergies. Gonna add World Legacy World Crown.
We saw World Crown win the WCQ just last year.
Yeah, so we might not have Willie here on our first stage, but we do have the deck that won the WCQ here in round number 1. ORCUST took the tournament by surprise last year. There's a chance we could see it be a surprise again this year, maybe.
Hardpour able to activate its effect now, summon a ORCUST monster from the deck, locking Jacob into Darks for the rest of the turn. I don't think that'll be much of a concern.
Nope, lots of Darks in this deck. I mean, I guess maybe no Levia the Sea Dragon, but you know what? You don't need Levia the Sea Dragon anymore because you have Shaman Knight, another card out of Chaos Origins, but we'll continue to summon, is that Symbol Skeleton?
Yeah, Symbol Skeleton. We're going to be able to make a Link monster here, linking away the Galatea into the regular Galatea here.
Yeah, of course.
Galatea can use its effect to put back his vanished ORCUST monster into the deck to set an ORCUST spell or trap directly onto the field.
So when you're playing against ORCUST, the thing you want to stop them from having is Babble. If you could make sure they don't get the field spell on the field, you can weaken their disruptions during your turn greatly, but that is easier said than done.
Especially because of the new effective Galatea here, you are able to access both Babble as well as Crescendo much easier. There's going to go for Crescendo here off the effect of Galatea. So we have a counter trap to negate any of Patrick's plays. We're going to use
Galatea Eye to banish the Girsu, summon back Galatea Eye, continue our Link summoning.
We are now making...
Summon Rusty Vardy.
There's a synergy.
Yes, I love this. That's cool. Sorry. So 2 Galateas make the Phantom Knights of Rusty Bardies. That's so sick.
Standard ORCUST plays here from the beginning of ORCUST, and now we see a clip from the hand.
But they got the Phantom Knight cards in the deck now. Rusty Bardies may have been used ORCUST, but were the Phantom Knight cards used in it as well before?
Fog Blades.
Okay, true. All right, so it looks like we do have Clip and Mix in hand, right? So that's kind of really lucky to have those two cards together, because usually you play one copy of Clip because it's really only useful if you have Mix with it. But this could be huge. He's going to be able to make Track Maker. The Mix is going to take down that Rusty Bardiche.
Yeah, fantastic here for Patrick Hoban. Normally, Rusty Bardiche, you really want to prevent it from being able to activate its effect, get to send a Phantom Knight from deck to graveyard to set a Phantom Knight spell or trap, denying that by hitting it before it's able to activate its ignition effect here.
Going to add Cool Tune Q to the hand with the Track Maker.
Be able to have a starter for the next turn while Mix is in the graveyard to destroy the Link 3 here. And then Ancient Cloak still in the graveyard, able to use its effect now to add the
Phantom Knights card. So won't be able to grab a Fog Blade, but could grab one of the monsters. So if he has a Phantom Knight monster in his hand, he could grab Decayed Cloak, because you can just reveal another Phantom Knight in your hand and special summon it.
You can always grab Silent Boots as well because you control a Phantom Knight.
True, Malevolent Scythe is a Phantom Knight monster.
And there's Silent Boots.
Sure. Not so silent this turn.
Special.
Going to be able to special summon it from the hand. This also means you'll have access to a Fog Blade, potentially.
Lots of gas still in the tank for Jacob here.
Do you think this might be why he brought a deck like this? Because you expect Cool Tune, right? And the reason why Cool Tune is solid is because they can play a lot of those disruptions from the hand. But he's playing an all-gas kind of deck where he's going to be able to keep pushing, keep going, no matter when he gets stopped. But it's not going to have the strongest field here, but at least has the IP Masquerena. The Boots is going to let him add Fog Blade, probably.
Yep, there's the Fog Blade. He hasn't used the effect of Symbol Skeleton yet. He's going to need to turn that Crescendo back online.
And have a monster for IP to link with, for sure.
Special.
Oh, he still has the World Crown, too. That's okay, not bad.
Yep, now we're going to go back into the graveyard here, eyeing the Symbol Skeleton, using its effect, banishing itself to special summon the Galatea back onto the field, linked to the IP Masquerena, so it cannot be destroyed by battle.
Can I read the Crescendo?
Yeah, of course.
We're going to check out Crescendo here. Crescendo, if your opponent activates a card or effect, you can negate and banish it.
The banishing part hurts, especially in Cool Tunes sometimes.
But turn is passed over to Hoban here.
Doesn't negate some monster effect, right?
That was
making sure to read World Crown.
I was like, we're starting off the NAWCQ the same way we finished last year, but Hoban taking the time to read World Legacy World Crown. Love to see it. Shout-outs to Aditya. Is Aditya coming in third place this year? He went first, second, third this year. I think he'd be happy with it.
He wouldn't mind, yeah.
He just wants to go back to the World Championship. We'll have to check in on Aditya later on and see how he is doing.
At the very least, he's 2-0.
Oh, true. All right, so he's going to Synchro Summon using Track Maker and the Q from hand. I would imagine to make a Zaylin, the Shackled Dragon.
This is going to be able to go after the Crescendo. Or not yet, right?
He could bounce the Crescendo if he wanted.
Wondering if that's what he's opting to do. He might go after the Galatea instead. But
by returning to the hand. That's Track Maker, if it's into the graveyard for a Synchro Summon, can return any card in your opponent's side of the field to hand, non-targeting. So he has to decide his responses first, and then Hoban could go after a different card potentially.
Yep, just going to force the Crescendo here because
it stays in grave.
Yeah, because it's not destroyed.
Thinking on what to bounce.
Of course.
What do you go after here? Do you go after the IP, the Crescendo, the Galatea? I feel like any one of these cards is an option, right?
At this point, it's the IP for sure.
Well, Veil does have a quick effect.
Yeah.
Well, Veil's quick effect, I think, is just makes
it changes the levels.
It does the +2.
It just has tribute from the field.
No, it makes you be able to Exceed summon, right? With a Exceed monster.
I'm gonna bounce.
There's two
I thought that was the Decayed Cloak.
Or maybe you did Decayed Cloak. Let me see. Umbrage.
I don't know. You're more of a Phantom Knight expert than I am. But it looks like we are going after the IP Masquerena here. After the Crescendo is already used, the Galatea doesn't really pose much of a threat.
It lets you Exceed summon for a Dark Monster. Yep.
Ah, okay, perfect. We still have the Fog Blade set here, and we're going to activate Duelist Genesis.
I have no response.
Hoban finding a way to navigate through this field that Jacob made.
Zaylin on the field to potentially interrupt anything that Jacob does as well. Going to add a copy of Synchro Overtake to the hand.
Synchro Overtake special card can reveal a Synchro monster, and then you can either special summon or add a monster listed on that Synchro monster to your hand, or special summon to the field.
Imagine Fusion Deployment, but for Synchros. Synchro Overtake resolving now.
Thinking, so he still has his normal summon, so he could go for Q. If he's going to special summon the monster, you're going to want to get Rico or Mix.
The clip mix combo in turn 1 was so powerful here, being able to set up your plays while forming a disruption as well.
Mix.
We are going to be special summoning a copy
I will
of
go
Mix
Fog
here,
Blade target Mix.
and that's going to be met with the Fog Blade. Will we use the Zaylin here, or will we just continue playing? We're going to chain Cool Tune Synchro.
No response.
This is going to allow Petra to get another Cool Tune card and immediately Synchro Summon here
And
to
then-
dodge the effect of Fog Blade. We're going to use Rico and Mix here.
So you could go into RS.
Really picking apart the board that Jacob has made right now.
Yep, there's Cool Tune RS. It's going
Does-
to gain more attack for all the tuners that are in the field or graveyard.
Does the Fog Blade go to the graveyard if it doesn't actually get to equip?
Rotary.
No, it should be on the field.
Unless he chooses to destroy it with the Rico, but I don't think he would.
This can be destroyed.
Yes. No response.
Yeah, the Fog Blade should be on the field. He looks like he's going to add Rotary with the effect of Cool Tune Synchro, and he can't perform a Synchro Summon afterwards because he doesn't have anything on the field to Synchro with.
No. Not when I don't have Babble up. I'll wait for you to go back in.
Yeah.
He's grabbing Rotary off the effect of Mix that he's resolving. He added Rico off the effect of Cool Tune Synchro and synchroed with it.
Rotary.
Oh, okay, well, either way,
Yeah.
they both got added.
And Rotary is using its effect now to get an additional normal summon for Q here.
Q is going to use the effect to special summon from the deck or graveyard.
Looking at that Trackmaker in the graveyard potentially. Nope, but we're going to go into the deck here.
It was the Q graveyard effect.
Yeah. And I got Mix off Overtake, right?
Yes.
So I haven't summoned Rico yet.
Correct.
You know what's kind of funny? So Hoban won a Dragon Rulers, right? Where you have a bunch of monsters that kind of do the same thing, that all have effects like that happen in the graveyard and on the on your hand that you can only use once per turn. You got to keep track of the effects that you use.
I
see kind of some similarities in
trigger
Cool Tune with
an
that as well. So
activation
maybe this is why a deck like this is a good pick for a player like Hoban. Maybe he's trying to recreate that 2013 magic here.
I mean, I think you look at a deck like Dragon Ruler, design-wise, that deck
Okay.
really influenced a lot of the decks that came out after. It really changed the pace of the game. And I think a lot of players, like myself included, as well as Patrick Hoban, really are drawn to decks like that where it feels so efficient. The resources keep coming from anywhere.
Yep.
I hope
Very
all my
solid.
decks can be Dragon Ruler-esque.
All right. It's going to special summon Rico, I'd assume. Yep, there it is.
Rico.
Cool Tune Rico.
Rico effect.
Rico going to be able to use its effect now.
It can add back from the graveyard.
We're going to be getting back
Okay.
Mix here.
I'm gonna add back next.
Okay.
So right now he's probably trying to find a way to get to back-to-back.
That Fog Blade that's in the graveyard now for some reason could pose a threat. I do believe we still haven't used the effect of Zaylin though.
Gonna synchro with the Rotary.
Late into
In
the
the
turn,
queue.
we're finally able to use the effect of Rotary here.
He still has Trackmaker. He hasn't summoned Trackmaker on his own turn yet.
Yep, so here is Trackmaker now. Now, for this Rotary, are you going to look at his hand or are you going to go after the graveyard?
It depends if he needs a card to add
Okay.
to his hand.
That's fair.
Channeling 1 to search, channeling 2.
Looks like he's looking at the graveyard.
Yeah. All good.
We're going to be eyeing the Fog Blade here.
No chains. I mean, the Fog Blade, yeah, now the Fog Blade's gone, so I don't have to worry about it anymore.
We're going to grab another copy of Cool Tune Synchro here.
He's only activated one, right? You can activate 2 Cool Tune Synchros per turn.
For some reason, yes.
But it's because it's very cool. All right, Rico and Zaylin are going to
18.
be used as a
I do
synchro
Batman.
summon for
Yeah, I can.
back-to-back. Cool Tune back-to-back. This makes all tuners be able to attack twice.
Battlefield.
Battle.
And that RS has to be very strong at this point.
Yeah, because it
That's
gains
fine.
how much for every tuner in the graveyard?
300 or 100. It feels like 1,000. But
Attack again for 32.
I mean, we're going for it. The Trackmaker's still in defense here, but like this might be enough damage by itself.
Attack for
300.
1, 2, 3.
We're going to count the damage right now.
6, 7, 8, 9. You got any tuners? No, right?
There shouldn't be any tuners in
no,
the
I
Orcus
didn't.
graveyard here.
9 times 3, 27, 44.
So 4,400.
Well, the RS will be enough damage by itself being able to attack twice.
And you took what?
I'm at
14?
34.
Okay.
And we still have the second effective Cool Tune Synchro if we want to try to Synchro Summon again.
Yeah, in the battle phase. Yep.
I will.
What does he have? What is he going to try to summon?
Do any of the other traps in the
Contact
graveyard?
it.
Oh, we have a Bestial
I'll target
Druis
my
Worm!
Roll Crown.
Okay, this could help.
but
Oh no,
Zalen-
he can back-to-back bring back Zalen.
On the attack declaration of the RS.
All right,
Yeah,
we'll
thank
see if that's exactly what Hopen does.
I will
Considering his options here, not trying to make a misstep at
Back
this
to
point in the game when you know the game is about to be
back
over.
down.
We're going to be
No
summoning back that Zalen.
Oh, now it's for sure game. Because the Zalen can attack twice. It doesn't matter what you... Are you send the Zalen?
I will target the
But then he has Cool Tune Synchro and attacks with...
RS to
What?
send it.
We're going to send the RS, so then Zalen can just attack
Yeah,
twice.
Didn't the RS already attack twice? Oh, did he do it on the first attack? Yeah, there was no
Yeah.
way he could stop it. No combination of cards would have stopped Hoban from finishing the duel there in that turn.
Cool Tune is so strong in the battle phase, having so many ways to put out that damage, and really just cleaning up nicely here against the Phantom Orcus Phantom Orcus deck.
It was a little scary there. He seemed like Jacob had a lot of stuff going for him, a lot of ways to push through those disruptions. The Effect Veiler slowed him down, but the key turning point in that game was the clip with the mix taking out the Rusty Bardies. Heavy investment to make that Rusty Bardies. It's a Link 3, and he had to use a lot of cards to get there. Wasn't able to get multiple things off it. I think the Fog Blade, like knowing that Cool Tune Synchro could be chained, maybe you hold that until like the absolute last action that you can use it. Maybe try and save it for a back-to-back or something like that.
I think he was really hoping that he didn't have the Cool Tune Synchro. He hasn't been
True.
added to the hand yet. At a certain point, if you don't deny him from getting access to Cool Tune Synchro later, like, then you know that you'll never be able to use Fog Blade. Sometimes you just have to use it early before they have the opportunity to get to Cool Tune Synchro and just hope they don't have it.
Yeah, he probably felt like he was down and needed to do what he could. But I feel like he still had the disruptions on the field at that point, and like Mix is just the weakest of the normal summons. But being able to really the clip though, because not only did he get the 2 searches, the destruction of the monster, he started his turn with that Trackmaker on the field that he could immediately use for a synchro summon to put a Zalen on the field to force out the Crescendo and return like other cards and start picking apart the board. So if I'm Jacob and I'm going into this game, if I'm facing down that same kind of turn 1 and my opponent has Clip and Mix and summons Trackmaker, I might be looking for a guaranteed way to get that Trackmaker off the field. You do not want them to start their turn with it already there.
Yeah, I agree. Now, as you mentioned, the clip into the mix there was the reason that Patrick was able to take that game so convincingly. But I mean, I want to talk about how we even got to that point in the first place. When you look at Clip compared to cards like Phimena as well as Holisu, those cards require far less setup. I mean, given they do require some amount of setup, but they're a little bit more versatile in how you're able to use them, and the payoff is almost always there. Clip, you typically don't play that too many copies of because you're not trying to do that effect. You're not trying to just have it as an interaction on your opponent's first turn. It's more so something you set up to have as an interaction when you've already been able to play because it requires such setup. Because you don't get to have Clip with Mix all the time. Only that combination gets to do damage like that. And because Patrick was able to find it in his turn 1, that was the exact reason he was able to run away with this game. I don't think any other interaction could have done what that did.
Yeah, it was absolutely phenomenal. And anyone who's like done well in any tournament, they will always tell you, you have to get lucky. But you put yourself in the best position to get lucky. And sometimes it works out for you, especially in the game 1 at the start of this North American World Championship qualifier.
I think when you're Jacob in this position, you've played against Cool Tune several times. Going into this tournament, that is the deck you absolutely have to prepare for. So that you know that the chances are there, but it's not something that you necessarily have to prepare for, or at least you just hope doesn't happen, right? You just need that Rusty Bardies to resolve, and then you would have had several more layers to your board. You just have to hope it doesn't happen again. I think you play out your strategy almost exactly the same, because there's not much you can do about that happening.
Nope, you just got to do the best you can. And he still made a pretty solid like field despite that interaction, but it was just enough to have Hoban have the tools to push through. But we're going to find out how the side decks are going to
Get
come
back
into
into,
play
like,
here in
food
game number 2. I have to assume Jacob's going to go first again. He is a combo deck,
Card
and he
drinker?
loves going first. All right, duelists are shuffled up and ready.
I'm looking at the ORCUST extra deck here, and I'm noticing one card missing that I find
I'll go first.
very interesting. There's no copy of Dingirsu in this extra deck.
Oh, that is interesting. Maybe he's not aiming for the truck. He needs room for the other Phantom Knight cards.
Stand by man.
You good?
Dingirsu, namely one of the best
I
tools
will
going
activate
second
K-Float,
for
revealing Silent
All right.
Boots.
the
Here we-
ORCUST deck, but we're starting with the Phantom Knights here.
Decayed Cloak's going to reveal another Phantom Knight in hand, so it can special summon from the hand. When it's summoned, it can add a Phantom Knight.
Great start here. Another fantastic new Phantom Knight card from Chaos Origins. That's going to be adding
Torn Scales.
Torn Scales was the second layer
Ooh.
of support for the Phantom Knight deck. A very strong one, but into Mulchami Fualas could be very difficult here.
Yeah, Phantom Knight ORCUST, both decks play hard into Fualos, so we're going to have to see how he's going to navigate through this. He's going to go for normal summon Torn Scales, use the effect probably to discard, to send a Phantom Knight card.
I mean, we're going to be sending Ragged Gloves at the least here. So even if this gets interrupted, we still have access to Silent Boots in another way, which will get us at minimum a Fog Blade.
Yeah, I think the gameplay now is like, how many Fog Blades can I get to without giving my opponent any draws?
Exactly.
I will attempt to activate Solar Ray. I'll target these two to increase their levels by 1.
Okay, so he's going to banish the Solar Ray to turn both of his Phantom Knights into a level 4. So he's going for a rank 4 Dark, I would imagine.
Is that going to be
Nightmare?
Raiders Knight?
No,
Eagles from Nightmare.
So you get a draw.
Very strong against a tuner strategy. We'll see if it's enough here. We still have the Ragged Gloves to get the boots into the graveyard, which will then be able to get a copy of Fogblade. Or potentially we might commit some more. I'm looking at... Oh, we're not going to commit anything else. We're just going to pass turn here. And I see a card in Patrick's hand.
Why not get a Fog Blade?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, we'll keep going on. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The card in Hoban's hand. Sorry to cut you off. They can't see his hand yet, so we'll wait and see if it's Christmas time.
And all of a sudden, that Evil Swarm Nightmare is turning into a much bigger nightmare for Jacob.
Santa Claus is a popular card in a lot of players' side deck this weekend, and it's going to immediately take out that Evil Swarm Nightmare, followed up by a normal summon of Cool Tune Q.
But there is a Dominus Impulse to react to that.
Impulse good.
All right.
Going to be able to stop the Q cold here.
Unfortunately, no trap in the graveyard, so the Q stays on the field.
Does Patrick have any way to continue playing here?
2.5.
2.5.
No more known threats available. All it takes is one opening here. But if Patrick doesn't have one, Jacob could run away with it. He has a loaded graveyard full of resources right now.
Yeah, that's the thing about Phantom Knights. If you can't finish them off, their graveyard is like a second hand, and they're going to keep coming back and keep cycling through those monsters. So
You were referencing Dragon Ruler earlier.
it keeps coming back.
Oh, but we do have another tuner in hand, so we're going to be able to use Q and Mix here to synchro summon.
Remix, probably. Yep, both
like-
tune remix.
That's going to be able to trigger the Mix here, as well as the Q. Santa Claus is going to be destroyed by the effective Mix.
Present my deck to cut last turn.
You're good.
Okay.
Yeah, Q is going to be able to look at the top two cards here. Dominus Impulse and Dominus Impulse. I suppose you can keep a Dominus Impulse.
Which impulse?
No, you don't want it, right? Because you have remix. So you don't have, oh, but if he tributes out the remix and has no other cards on field, he won't be able to impulse him. But still, the impulse is a little scary.
It looks like
Top.
we're opting to leave it on the top, so we might not be committing too much, or we might be attempting to end the game here. Or at least put up a Zalen. No, we're going to attack with the
attack
remix.
Deck, I will go Magnamut. I will
Oh, we
trigger
have a
Q.
Magnamut.
The Bestials are back in action here at the NAWCQ.
Magnamut, the most powerful bestial monster, be able to add another dragon during the end phase from the graveyard or deck. Does he play any cool dragons that you can see immediately? Or is it just going to be
More,
another
I think,
bestial?
yeah, I think it's more Bestials, perhaps, yeah.
Any triggers?
No.
I'll go Magnamut.
Magnamut's going to be able to activate on the field when it's summoned to add that dragon during the end phase.
Magma is...
What does Hoban have here?
We talked about in the previous game how much damage potential the Cool Toon deck needs to have, but sometimes you can be stopped cold like this. And this is exactly the opportunity that Jacob needs. Magnamut is able to resolve here in the end phase. We're going to add a copy of Druisworm, putting the Dominus Impulse in a different spot. You're not drawing that anymore.
Magnamut extra value, mixing up the deck. That's pretty cool.
We'll see if he draws the Impulse anyway.
The one left, that would be hilarious.
And now we draw for turn.
Oh,
he did.
No way.
He did.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Never tell me the odds, Asala.
I will attempt to activate Gloves.
But that's okay. We have a second hand here in the graveyard. Red Gloves is going to be able to use its effect to send a Phantom Knight card to the graveyard from the deck.
This could also enable the Torn Scales to come out.
Yes, because of Phantom Knight was banished from the graveyard, Torn Scales is able to summon itself from the grave as well. Ancient Cloak is going to be able to hit the grave.
Anything here?
No, so he doesn't use the effect just yet.
We're just going to keep moving forward, see what plays we have available. Ancient Cloak is going to be able to banish itself from the graveyard to add another The Phantom Knights card, as you mentioned earlier.
No Fog Blades.
I'll grab the other cloak.
I was going to grab another copy of Decayed Cloak here.
Jacob might be able to turn this duel around with his Justice 1 Magnamut.
I will reveal Boots.
Decayed will reveal Boots, summon itself from the hand. There is no response yet from Patrick. Typically speaking, we know how Cool Toon is a deck full of engine, but also full of powerful tools in the hand to stop your opponent from playing. We saw that he didn't have much of a push, so you have to assume there are more interruptions in his hand.
You would think so. You would think so. So he's going to add Phantom Knight's Doom Soul Array to the hand. Well, so that's why he plays 2 Umbrage Veil, because he knows he might need the second turn. That's cool. Smart stuff.
Jacob definitely practiced here. He did mention how he was a veteran in the game. Understand games aren't as simple as just turn 1.
They are not. Especially with a deck like Phantom Knights that has a lot of survivability too.
Yeah, sometimes you do want to play a bit more of a mid-range type strategy if you know you have the tools to play a much longer game here. Silent Boots hits the field because he controls a Phantom Knight monster.
You're good.
I'm glad this is more of a Phantom Knight deck than an ORCUST deck.
ORCUST is, you know, a means to an end, I think.
It seems that way. Just to get to Rusty. Does he have any banished traps? Ooh, he could go into Shaman Knight, and attach the Dominus Impulse.
The gift that keeps on giving here.
But he can also go into Malevolent Scythe, which kind of makes more sense.
Yeah.
So Malevolent Scythe has another effect that if you summon an Xyz Dragon while it's on the field, you can add a rank up magic spell card from your deck to your hand. And there's a brand new rank up magic, the Phantom Knight's rank up magic Requiem, which will special summon a monster from the graveyard, and then you can rank up one of your Phantom Knights or Xyz Dragon monsters. So it's a really convenient way to access Arc Rebellion, Xyz Dragon to finish off games quickly.
We'll see if that'll come up here. Looks like Patrick is going to use the effective remix right now. And as you mentioned earlier, that will empty his field, so he's not able to use that impulse that he drew for turn.
Right. I was thinking about it wrong. I am going to do nothing.
The Q's banished. He only has Mix in the graveyard now. He should have chained it to the Magnamut. He can't remix.
Oh, good catch there. Yeah, that is going to stop Patrick cold here.
Let's go, Phantom Knights. I mean, Jacob, Yugioh.
I mean, Jacob, it does seem to be running away with this game now.
We'll special summon Soul Ray, and I'll use its effect.
So he special summons a Soul Ray after adding one to his hand as well. He still has the Boots in the graveyard with the Torn Scales, so those can also come to the field. He's going to set another copy of the Phantom Knights of Umbrage Veil.
Anything here?
No.
What is the next move here for Jacob?
Now, if you're Pat in this position and you know you're losing this game, are you allowing Jacob to just play out his turn as much as possible? If you're unfamiliar with the Phantom Knight strategy, just so you know what you have to stop as the Cool Toon player going into game number 3.
I'll attempt to activate Cloak. I will target Scythe.
So he's going to banish it. If you're unfamiliar, yes, I could definitely see that. But he's going to use the Decayed Cloak. So now he can use the Malevolent Scythe as if it was a level 3 for an Xyz summon.
On a new chain, I will attempt to activate Torn Scale.
And there's the Torn Scale finally being activated in the graveyard here. Waiting to see what interruptions came from Pat here before opting to use that Torn Scale, committing that resource.
You haven't normaled yet, right?
I have not.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, still has not normal summoned.
He's going to Ghost Spell the Torn Scales, trying to keep the Torn Scales off the field since it facilitates so much more Now it looks like this might be the time that Hoban wants to use an interaction from the hand.
You're good.
Guess not. So now since he can treat the Malevolent Scythe as a level 3, he's going to overlay these two for a rank 3. Is it going to be the myth, the man, the legend? It is! Phantom Knight's a break sword.
The name of the game here, the original Phantom Knight. He's going to be able to take down a card on the field as well as another card on his own side. And then summon back two monsters from the graveyard. If it chooses to destroy itself. We're going to go after the remix here.
And what card did he destroy on
I don't
his side?
know. Yeah, I don't know what he destroyed on his side. Oh no, he's activating the remix now. The bell's in the graveyard.
Oh! Oh man. This is crazy.
All right, this could prove to be quite powerful here. Unfortunately, it is mixed, so it can't add a copy of Clip here if it was choose to be summoned.
Yep.
But he could Synchro, yeah. So he doesn't even have to use the effective mix. He could use the graveyard effective mix to take out the Magnamut, I suppose. But he also gets access to Cool Tune RS.
Rico was not used.
RS needs Rico. That's what the R stands for. So you got to go for just another remix in defense mode.
Itself in the remix.
Does this still die?
Yes, because it's a them.
Yeah, so Breaksword did in fact target itself as well as the remix.
Yeah.
So effect was activated there, so it's going to be able to resolve.
New chain, I will activate Breaksword. I will target
turn player
Solar
Breaksword
and Cloak to special summon and increase their levels by 1.
They come back.
Mix too.
And Mix will go after the Magnamut there.
Response to that.
I knew it. I knew that mix was going to destroy that Magnamut.
Anything here?
No cause for concern here for Jacob. The two Phantom Knights will come back with a higher level, and then
effect.
Boots will be able to use its effect in the graveyard to add a Phantom Knight spell trap.
What are we going to grab? Oh, he's going to grab the Phantom Knight's rank up Requiem.
We're going to be overlaying with the two level 4 now Phantom Knight monsters.
Is it going to be Raiders Knight?
It's going to be Dark Rebellion.
Dark Rebellion Exceed Strike. You actually play this because of that Malevolent Scythe effect now. It's such a cool card.
Jacob's trying to end the game this turn. There is that rank up.
So he's going to be able to special summon back a Phantom Knight, and then he can rank up an Exceed Dragon or a Phantom Knight on the field. Doesn't have to be the monster he special summons.
Summons back the Ragged Gloves and overlays with the Dark Rebellion into
Requiem. Requiem, since it has the Exceed Dragon as a material, it gets the bonus effects where it's able to negate monster effects.
You searched this off Boots, right?
I searched that off Boots, yes.
Now, what Patrick does not know, that the Impulse he tried to put on the top of the deck is still there as well. And Patrick has a copy of Hydraulis Harmonia in the hand, but
the Requiem could stop it.
There's several ways to stop it at this point.
This is so... Oh, this has been a good game. Not trying to finish off the duel, just trying to control it. He still has the Umbrage Veil. The Ragged Gloves will boost up a Dark Exceed monster by 1,000 points.
As a material, yes. And there's another copy of Breaksword here.
Breaksword given by the Ragged Gloves to give it 1,000 attack.
So now we have 3K on the Breaksword.
Battle.
All right, we are entering battle phase here.
I'll go 3K.
Requiem's going to take down the remix.
Yep. I will go.
They're both 3,000.
I will.
Does he have a way to get to a Fog Blade? Because right now all he has is one monster effect negate.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Patrick get through one monster negate before very easily, but he doesn't have the Trackmaker already on the field this time. But it looks like turn is just passing over here.
Oh, he has the Impulse in the hand too. So Impulse plus a monster negate. Will it be enough?
All right, only 3 cards in hand for Patrick. Just inspecting the graveyard here, seeing if there's anything else you need to be paying attention to, or if it's just what's face up on the field. We're going to be starting with a normal summon of Rotary, not even revealing it in the hand here.
Good.
No response. So luckily with the Cool Tunes, there's a lot of ways to block your opponent from negating the effect. He's just going to go into Typhon right away.
And both those monsters are 3,000 attack right now, can't use their effect. We're going to be putting that Dark Rebellion back in the extra deck.
Yeah, the Dark Requiem Exceed Dragon sent back to where it came from. Typhon by surprise. Sometimes, yeah, you usually see that as the one Xyz monster in that cool tune extra deck. Because Typhon, you don't summon a lot, but the games you do summon him, you would not be able to win without him. So sometimes it's definitely an inclusion you want to look at when you're building your deck for sticky situations.
Absolutely. It is one of those cards that you're always playing when you're already down, but it gives you a chance of coming back here. But we're going to be starting off the following turn with a normal summon
of Solar Ray.
Team Solar Ray hits the field, and we're going to be hitting it with the Hydraulis Harmonia right now.
And that's going to Dominus Impulse. He's going to laugh. He knew that he got shuffled, and he happened to draw it again anyways. Hilarious stuff. And that's going to be enough, and Hoban has seen it. He's going to concede. We're going to a game number 3. The NAWCQ is off to a fantastic start.
This has got to be very exciting for Jacob here, being able to potentially take down a previous WCQ champion in Patrick Hoban. He's only one game away from moving on after winning the first round of the WCQ, but still has to get past game number 3 here, where Cool Tune gets to start. This is the test for decks like Phantom Knight here, where it has so much potential to go going first, but can you defeat the Goliath of this tournament that is Cool Tune when it is able to go first?
Yeah, definitely. It's a tough order, especially when you're playing a deck that's kind of not on anyone's radar. People have like their tier list, and a lot of people overlook some strategies. But when you can find a way, and you know the deck really well, and you're mastered every interaction, that's when you can catch people by surprise and have success with some undervalued strategies. And that's what Jacob is trying to do here this weekend, while Hoban is on the complete opposite end, where he's trying to optimize and have the best version of arguably the best deck in the room. It's anyone's game, though, but it's been a really exciting